Guess what I'm making? I bet you can tell by the ingredients right here. It's St. Patrick's Day. Tonight, what we're having for dinner is corned beef and cabbage, of course. One of my followers who I know in real life, she asked me, what are you doing for St. Patrick's Day for your channel? And I was like, corned beef and cabbage is probably really macro friendly. And I put it in my tracker, and it is. And this is still a meal that's gonna help me get to my nutrition goals. I'm down 31 pounds eating this way. I haven't had to give up anything. Instead of serving it with soda bread, I'm gonna use this Dave's Killer Raisin the Roof bread. Each slice has 100 calories, 4 grams of protein, and 2 grams of fiber. I'm a little too late to be using my crock pot today because I really do like to make this in a crock pot. So for today, I'm gonna start it on the stove. And this is really, not the sexiest dish, okay? But, not everything has to start beautiful to end beautiful. I dump the whole thing in the pot. This one does not have a seasoning packet. All the spices are right in the brine. I keep it fat side up. I still use the brine. I do what it says. And then I just put a little bit of water in it. Here we are on the stove top. I've got some bay leaves here. And here I have a little fresh thyme, which I'm gonna tuck in there as well. You can see that there's like a little bit of foam that came up when we brought this to a simmer. So I'm just gonna take some of that off. I am going to cover it. And I'm gonna put this in a 300-degree oven. And I'm not even gonna think about looking at it for at least 2 hours. I'm just gonna go ahead and prep my vegetables. And this is not an exact science either. You can use as many vegetables as you want. So I have what do I have? 5 kind of big carrots here. And I just scrub them, I didn't peel them. And I'm gonna put them in kind of bigger chunks like this, chunks like that. And I'm cutting them, on the diagonal because I guess I'm trying to be fancy. So here's my cabbage. I just washed it. And I'm just cutting the core out, cutting it into wedges. And here I have these little mini potatoes, and I think they're kind of fun. They're different colors, so they're gonna be really pretty. That's it. It could not be easier to make this dish. Okay, I went for almost 3 hours. Okay, and there it is. Oh my goodness, it smells really good. My house smells amazing. It's time to add the veg. And I'm just gonna stuff it in here, starting with the cabbage. Make sure it gets down into that broth. Then I'm just gonna put the rest of this in here. I mean, it's a pot of deliciousness. What you just want is to make sure that all that veg gets down into the broth. It's a little tight, but don't worry because the cabbage is going to shrink down a little bit when you cook it. But this is amazing. Let me just taste this. So that is plenty salty. I am not adding any salt, but I am gonna add some black pepper. That broth already tastes good. It's gonna taste even better when all of this goodness cooks in here. And that was so easy. I went and had my workout and did some other stuff while this was just sitting in the oven doing its thing. I'm gonna put this lid back into my 300-degree oven. Okay, just got out of the shower and I just took this out of the oven. Let's look and see what's inside. Oh, that looks good. Oh, very soft, very nice. Soft cabbage, wow. Let's check the carrots. This actually went for 2 hours more. And here are the potatoes. Look at these cute little potatoes. Yeah, nice and soft, perfect, but not overcooked, I can see that the grain of this meat goes this way. So in fact, I see it going actually diagonally. So I'm going to cut against the grain of the meat. Look at that. Oh, okay, that's so good. It tastes like St. Patrick's Day. Look at my beautiful St. Patrick's Day feast. Isn't it great? So good. And I got my little bread here. I mean, I'm not missing the soda bread. That raisin bread is really good. Put a little butter on it. And it's just humble food. It's boiled meat, right? But It's what they eat on St. Patrick's Day. It would go really well with a beer, which I don't have right here. I'm not opposed. Okay, that's a big bite. It's so good. It's like a stew. It's got like stew vibes. I'm gonna add a little salt and pepper. I might even add a little mustard. We're not trying to do anything temporary. I say that all the time. We're trying to make lifestyle changes that we can keep forever. And as for me, I'm gonna need to celebrate holidays forever. And I'm gonna need to celebrate holidays with food. This is a good choice. I mean, very good. It's got all my macros in it. It's giving me total St. Patrick's Day vibes. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. May the luck of the Irish be with you.